It's time for a new episode. Today we are going to cover a lot of fantastic Lego creations, interesting articles, and we are going to talk about all the Lego contests that are happening right now in the community. Welcome to Mock Builder News, and all the links to all the builders and the article and everything can be found in the description down below, so go and check everybody out. For the mock of the week, we are going to start with this Star Wars build called Rivals on Done to Win. This is made by Oblivion, Builder, and WG Productions, collaborative project. Very, very good. I love the landscape over here on the side of this base. Very, very good color scheme. Very, very good texture. I love the tree on the right side. He has a very massive foliage. A lot of parts went into that. And of course, the building is really, really nicely done with a lot of interesting curves and a lot of interesting angles as well. Of course, you can find a lot of little scenes all throughout. There's even a scarecrow in the wheat field on the back. And you can see, for example, the trunk of the tree here is very nice and thick and texture. Starts going in every single direction. Very, very well done. And of course, the building, the highlight in the center. Very nice build, a lot of dribblings. You can see, for example, there those container in dark bluish gray built into the wall to create a nice texture. Very, very well done. Highly recommend you to check out these two Star Wars builder, Oblivion Builder and WG Productions. Another very cool build is by Rock Bricks, which is a lag, and they were at Brick in Bavaria 2024, and they have this massive collaborative samurai display called Rogue Ronin. I don't have yet the official picture of this, or at least I haven't found them yet, so I'm just sharing with you this vertical video. Hopefully, they will post soon the official picture so I can share some of those in an upcoming video here on the channel. Another very interesting one for me is this build by a fellow Italian builder, Care Creations. This is called Hidden in Plain Sight, a very abstract build. I myself wouldn't be able to build this kind of build, and I found them very interesting. So we have this robot-looking figure at the front, looking at a sort of mirror, and on the other side we have this creepy black creature that is very carefully balanced. You can see the limbs are very, very thin, so for sure it's not going to be easy to get this to stay in position. And then we have this very nice frame in brown with all the gold details. We even have one of those round heads over there on the top, and good choice also of the background that make this build pop. Of course, go and check out Care Creation, a very good builder if you are into character building, abstract building, all the construction build, creatures. Very, very good profile to go and check out. Let's talk about the MPU of the week, nice parts usage. Here we have again Duncan Limbo participating to the Iron Builder. The seed part is that cat tail in kit orange. Here we have the king in yellow. This is just a part of the build. You can see the seed part has been used in a few places already for the king, but my favorite part was here. So this is the main build, which is called Welcome to Carcosa, Little Priest. So we have this yellow king that is summoning something in the middle with the help of these other people on the side. And all these smaller characters over there, very, very well built. You can see use this cat tail piece to create the legs and the feet of these characters that are kneeling down. To me, that is the best part usage of the seed part for this round of the Iron Builder. Maybe you can let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite use. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Iron Builder later on in the video. Let's start to talk about the articles, stuff that you must check out. So tips and bricks, we're going to talk techniques, we're going to talk walls. So they have an article where they go through all different kind of wall techniques that you can find using plates, using slopes, using tiles, stone walls, cliff stone, any different kind of brick walls and whatever. A lot of interesting idea and techniques. A similar article about spiral staircases. So of course here they're going to cover some of the builder that they use different techniques. They cover the Lego pieces that can help you to achieve that spiral shape, and then of course all different kind of techniques and idea that you can use to create this spiral staircase. Even with sword here, this is another fellow Italian builder. I will link it down below. So you can go and check out very, very interesting article. Also, they have on Tips and Bricks, they have a technique analysis of a mock that we featured a few weeks ago here on the channel by Lego Hobbit fan, the Ice Planet Penguin Outpost. So they have a proper breakdown of all the parts usage and all the different techniques that has been used in this mock, so you can dive a little bit deeper into it compared to the mention that I did in my video. Moving on, let's talk about New Elementary. They have the article with all the new Lego parts that are in the November 2024 sets. So if there is anything interesting, here they list everything, all the new molds, all the new colors. You can go and check out. Maybe you want to see if you want to place an order on Bricklink or on Pick-a-Brick, or maybe you want to take a note of the parts that you want to get in the future once they will be more available, or maybe you want to purchase a set that has a lot of these parts to add to your parts inventory. Of course, as every week, check out BrickVault Top 10. Very, very cool video this week. Of course, often they have some mocks, they overlap, some stuff that I share in my video, they also share on their top 10. I recommend you, as every week, to go and check it out. Then moving on to Brick Nerd, we have another article by Ted Andes, 6 Degrees of Building Separation. Like an article that I featured, I think last week or the week before, this is about inspiration and how you get the idea into your own mocks. And here the writer, the builder, walk you through the different phases and different use. For example, here he's talking about this big insect kind of wing that he used in different mocks, and he will walk you through the thought process and the inspiration that strike and move from one build to another. Of course, this month they have again the roundup of the contest. We are going to talk about contests later on. We're going to talk about the November. There's some contests I haven't mentioned here. There's some Bricklink activity. There's some Lego idea stuff. There's some photography challenges. And then all the other contests that we mentioned before. So the Mind the Banana, the New Elementary contest we mentioned last week, as well as Wandering Skies. I'm currently building something for that. And then the other contest we will mention a little bit more later. And also there is the Kubrick contest that is not mentioned here. We already mentioned that in previous videos. Let's move to Brothers Brick. Of course, here also sometimes there's overlap between the stuff that I share and they share. But here there's something very interesting. So we have this sort of car build. So we are at Le Mans. We have these two sort of speed champions cars that are racing into this track full of rain. The build is very, very nice. SFH Bricks is the builder. You should check him out on Flickr. I will put the link down below. Look at this build. So it's actually very simple. The parts usage is not very complicated, but it's so masterfully and well done. So you can see all the drops of water coming down on the track and also going up behind the car as they're racing through the track. Very, very good build. I myself tried to get some rain effect over the years with poor results, I have to say. The first one was my micro-scale storm habitat. No rain here yet, but it was a first little idea. I tried something like that in my Spider-Man Keys habitat. Didn't look so well because it looks like Spider-Man is actually holding onto the lightsaber, but I was starting to think at something like that. I did better here with the Sadness vignette for Vin Week a couple of years ago. So we have this cloud that is following sadness and crying down tears of rain. Of course, the better one I did was the Batman Begins Batcave waterfall diorama. So we can see the garage pieces and all those bars coming down and then breaking into the water at the bottom. So I think here I achieved that effect a little bit better. Brothers Brick again, they feature another amazing builder, which is Lech Kulina. You have to check him out. He's amazing. So over here we have this space capsule that has some crazy angles, and of course everywhere, on every corner, on every side. Of course, then when you see the internal structure, you see how crazy are the building techniques over here. Of course, this is a lot, but you need to go and check out his account. He shares everything inside and outside. So just to give you an example, look at this beautiful bridge. Every little section of this build go into a different direction, into a different angle. There's bricks, plates, slopes, grill pieces, brackets, everything is in here. The texture is amazing. And to achieve this beautiful result, of course, you have to see the interior, how feel, not just of colors, but how is feel of different techniques and way to get interesting angles and switching the direction of the stats. Amazing builder, go and check it out. And then I'm also very honored that Brothers Peak just featured my series of D&D habitats that I just completed. So you can actually go and see the complete series. They have a write-up on all the habitats, all the 12 habitats that I made for each one of these minifigures from the Dungeons & Dragons series. So thank you for the feature, and go and check it out. Very, very interesting article. Let's move to the recommendation for LEGO ideas. Today we have a working volcano by LEGO Paradise. I think something like this would be very cool. Everything is moving, everything is function, and is also a very well done build with a lot of interesting details and landscape and little hidden things all around. As I mentioned, this is by LEGO Paradise. You should go and check out his YouTube channel. It's a big channel, quite popular, very, very good. One of the best things I ever seen on YouTube is this LEGO Castle Kingdom. He finished this series probably a couple of years ago. You should check out this playlist. It's very, very good. He built a whole basically medieval city with plenty of function, and it's really, really very, very good. You should go and check out all these videos. Very nice. He also posted a video recently this week. He has all this function stuff on his channel. This week he posted this very cute little mini train system. I think it's very good, and you should go and check it out. Check him out also on LEGO Ideas. Other than the working volcano that I think we reached 10,000, he also have the steampunk airship, since we talk about Wandering Skies. That has the chance, I think, also to get to 10,000. And he also had some past project that already reached and sadly was not approved, the mini golf course that maybe got produced with Bricklink or something else maybe. Then we have the working waterfall, we have the bowling alley, and now he has in review the Italian Riviera, but I think they already approved another Italian Riviera, so I'm guessing this one is not going to happen. Anyway, go and check him out and support his work. Since we are talking about YouTube recommendation, my recommendation for this week is Mark of Falworth. If you don't know who is this, you should know, is the winner of LEGO Master 2 together with the brother Steven. Amazing builder. So this week he built this, which is a very good adventurer kind of build. Very, very nice. So basically he's having these recently these challenges, these video challenges, where you need to build a mock in 12 hours. So all you see here on the screen here, this beautiful build, this jungle build, is made in 12 hours, and he documented that in his video. You can see all very nice structures here and foliage, including those very nice Friends foliage that I use in my Aarakocra Ranger habitat. I think they're very, very cool parts. Anyway, he had a video where he walked you through all these 12 hours of building, starting from the first thoughts and the design process, the sketches, and then of course it goes on in all the detail of the build. He's an amazing builder, one of the best in the world. Definitely go and check out and support his YouTube channel. I think the next episode, I'm guessing he's going to do some Exoforce build in 12 hours. But moving on, of course, a reminder to go and check out Creation for Charity. It's still on. You can go purchase some mocks. There's some new one uploaded. There's also some of the mocks that haven't sold yet that are slightly cheaper. So this is for a good cause. We talk about this in the past 2 or 3 episodes. Go and check out. Everything goes for charity to buy LEGO sets for kids in need. Let's go back to Duncan Limbo. We featured already most of the builds from the Iron Builder last week. There's 2 more we haven't featured yet. So the TV head, very, very good use of the cattails for the finger of this character. And then the last build is this pinch boat. Again, the crab over there has those cattail pieces. And then Love Builds, which is the other builder participating to the contest. He had this Venus build, very, very interesting part usage. I could have never imagined something like this. It's really, really well done. You can see also the earrings over there on top. Another build, again, amazing, this one as well. Hypergriff, so you can see the beak and then also on the leg of this character, different uses of the cattail piece. And then I think there is one more build which is this very scary Sunbearer, very, very cool character build. I'm not sure exactly what are those printed parts or stickers in the middle going down. They're very, very cool. Very good use of colors as well in this build. At the time of recording this video, the results of the Iron Builder are not out. It's going to be very tight, so it's very difficult to choose who's going to be the winner in this round. But I always recommend you to go and check out the Iron Builder page or Discord to find out more. Contest. Everybody is doing contests in these 2 months of the year. I don't know why. Spread them out, please. Anyway, November, of course, happening in November. I participated to this one before in the past. So for this year, of course, we need to recreate the iconic Brick Nerd logo, the red square with the glasses, the red brick with the glasses, with some animation characters. So here they give a little bit of some example of the icon, the logo of Brick Nerd turned into another iconic animation character. Of course, these builds are not going to be massive, maybe a little bit smaller, and I think it's always a very, very fun contest. You should try to participate. And by the way, the prices are very cool. We have some very interesting Lego sets over here. And also the Brick Nerd Swag. I have some of those here at home. We go medieval, so we are on ClassicCastle.com. We have the Colossal Classic Castle contest, many different categories and prices. Crazy Carnival, so here you have to make a carnival, market, jester kind of scene. Crafty Creature, of course you have to build a creature doing something around a castle or something like that. Colossal Castle, I think that's pretty much straightforward. Natural Phenomenon vignette. Here you have to make a 12x12 vignette where a character, a knight, is facing the rage of nature. Could be a storm, could be an earthquake. This one is very interesting. I might consider to build something for this one. Studley builds. They want some castle build without tiles, basically. So they want the studs to be seen and be an important feature of this build. The last two, we have a battle scene. So here we have to create a battle between two sides, and this one has a side restriction of 48 by 48. So it's quite big. And of course, there is the Master Builder that is for the ones that participate to all the categories. Then moving on to my favorite contest, one of my favorite of the year, very, very difficult, of course, to win a prize because the level of this contest is very high, is Brixcalibur. So here we have the prizes and contests for every, and categories. For each category, we have a Brick Build trophy or a Lego set. So the first category is capturing character. So here you have to make a scene with one single minifigure. So this is going to be an interesting one, probably going to build for this one. We have Dwarf Tales. So of course here everything has to be built around these dwarf. So maybe some cave, some blacksmith, some, I don't know, warhammers, whatever. But there has to be dwarf. Perspective matters. Here we're going to see some amazing builds. Here we have to build an immersive scene. Of course, perspective might play a part into that. I think from this category we're going to see some really amazing stuff. And I can see also they have as a prize the Bricklink Mushroom House that I haven't received yet, contrary to many people around the world. Then we have the Adventuring Party. This is the Fig Barf category. So we need to build 5 custom minifigures to be part of this Adventuring Party with very little extra details, extra landscape around them. Then we have Tales from the Meadow. This build has to go evolving around some critters. So this one is going to be a little bit more difficult because we need to see if you want to build a Brick Build character or if you want to use some minifigure with maybe some interesting headpiece. Let's see what people come out with this. Then we have the Elemental Emergency, which is the collaborative build. So 2 builders have to build 2 vignettes around this category. Then we have a digital category, so you can participate to any of these builds with a digital build, but you will compete separately against each other, not against the Brick Build creations. Then, of course, there is the Dragon Slayer Award, basically the winner of the season. that again is for the ones that participate to every single category, and there will be only one Dragon Slayer every year. Of course, the trophies are starting to pop out by Marcos Rohrbuller, Lego designer, that we mentioned before in our build, in our videos. In the past year, I used to build something like this with these kind of very cool characters. This is the one that is on sale on Creation for Charity. This year seems like the approach is slightly different. So this is with the one for the dwarf category. So we have a little landscape, a little base with one animal and a character riding the animal. So here we can see a very cool dwarf. And we also have already the trophy for the critter category. This is called the Guardian. Again, we have a very nice base with, again, those like yellowish orange friends leaves. We have this very good bird, and then this mouse guardian that is riding the bird. The parts used here is just beautiful. You can see we have some shoulder pads on the hilt of the sword. We have some shields for the ear of the mouse. Amazing, 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 amazing creation. Hopefully one day I will build some of those. Anyway, again, they also have the Hall of Fame in Brixcalibur, so I think this is very interesting and make it more interesting for everybody to participate. So here we have the Dragon Slayer, so the 3 winners of the first 3 edition. And then, while participating, you can gain points to get into sort of standings. So this category is Kings and Queens Royalty. If you scroll down, you can see myself, I'm there as a knight, a Break Dreamer, because I participate to all the first 3 seasons. So I managed to get a few points, even though I never win anything. And then you can go scroll down, so everybody can gain points and start to climb a little bit the standing. It's a little bit of a way to gamify this a little bit, and I find it very, very interesting. Now, enough talking about contest. Quickly, on my channel this week, I posted a new vlog for my members. You can see I have that sort of lighthouse. I'm working on a steampunk build for Wandering Skies. They already saw the start of that process, and I also shared the last 3 habitats, the villains of the Dungeons and Dragons series. Some of my favorite ones, these last 3. If you want to support the channel, of course, consider to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But you can also look at the affiliate link down below for Amazon US. Some very interesting deals this week. I found this City Explorer diving boat that normally I wouldn't buy, but is 41% off. So for only $23, you would get a manta ray, 3 minifigure, a shark, a yellow crab, 2 fishes, 2 turtles, 1 big, 1 small, a chest, coral pieces, a little bit of extra stuff with all that submarine. I think it's a pretty good deal. You get a lot of animals, and animals in LEGO generally are quite expensive. Of course, they still have the Friends Botanical, 26% off. You can buy this as a side build to put together with a new Botanical Garden, or potentially you can buy 2 or 3 of these. It's still going to be cheaper than the LEGO Ideas one, but you can build something very big and nice with 2 or 3 of these sets, or you can just get it for parts. There's some very good parts, foliage, animals, glass pieces, sand green. These are very good parts. Maybe not, I wouldn't use the mini dolls, but this is very good. Thank you very much for watching. If it's your first time here, please consider to go and check out one of the first 5 episodes of this Mock Builder News series, starting from the one from last week. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao.